Hello, good evening, Twin Minds here. We are back at the Sherlock Holmes The Awakened as we attempt to first find and then solve the mystery of Lovecraft in London. Alright, let's get in and see if we can remember anything that we were doing literally 2 days ago. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, that's going to be fancy looking. I'm not entirely sure I remember anything, but we'll see how it goes. Hi.
If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
Ah, right. His meat pie. Okay. So, we are in London. I would say the grungy part of London, but that doesn't narrow it down. We are our lovely, young, dapper friend Sherlock here. And Dr. Watson. I almost called him Mr. And we are tracking down a kidnapped Maori man who was the employee, slave, of a random rich douchebag. And we are attempting to find him. Though so far, none of this has anything to do with Lovecraft at all. This is supposedly very much Lovecraft in London. However, all we have done so far is accuse a random man of attempted murder, when in reality he was just clumsy and in love. And we have started working for basically a racist slave owner to find his lost slave. So we're doing great so far. But this is a very pretty game. It's very lovely. Alright, so we have followed the trail, map-wise. We started here. We've gone over here. Found a man sick from the poisoning in the river. Followed the river up here. Found the source of the poison. Went all the way back down here. And told them, hey, you probably should stay out of this crap. And they said, okay. And then they disappeared. And then we also went over this way. Found a haunted warehouse. Whereby we went in and found that there was a non-licensed medical practitioner who was using the spooky warehouse as a cover to mix up his own brand of drugs to attempt to help people, in theory. So we let him pass. We let him slide, and he is continuing to take care of people. I think it's over here or something like that. Because it's better than no one trying to help people. Yeah, that's about it. So now, we are going this way to number 3 to see if we can find either of the two people we're looking for. We're either looking for a kidnapped slave, and the kidnapper is quite possibly this Roy Soulsby person. Or we are looking for the kidnapper of Girvesh. Who is a local whose brother put out a wanted poster to try to find him. So we're looking for either of those people at Pier 3. And third pier, there we go. So the explosion that happened of the saltpeter shipment, I think it was, happened at Pier 3, and Mr. Soulsby supposedly goes to watch the ship here. I don't know for sure if we know anything more other than where's the boys' testimony? Boys' testimony. There we go. Boys' testimony. So he remembers seeing a strong man with a metallic eye as possibly related to stealing his brother. Supposedly the man with the metallic eye is Roy Soulsby, but also our barmaid said that the man with the iron or silver eye is Dirty Summers. So we're either looking for two different rough and tumble individuals who have a metal eye, or we're looking for one dude who has aliases to get his dirty deeds done. So the only lead I really have is Pier 3. See if we can find the Roy Soulsby who supposedly is hanging out to look at the explosion aftermath. I think I remember most of that. I think we're in a good place. Okay, you sir. Who are you?
Not in the mood, mate. Shoo!
Oh. Are you a Roy Soulsby?
Pardon me, sir. I am looking for Roy.
Not again. Yes, I'm Roy, but I can't help you find your uncle or whoever you've lost.
Now, what makes you think I would inquire about missing people?
You are the fourth person to ask this week. Just because I work at the port doesn't mean I keep track of everyone who comes here.
That seems a little bit suspicious. What you doing here?
May I ask what you're doing here?
This is where the ship sank the other day. I'm trying to work out how we'll remove it.
Alright, who else has asked?
You say we are not the first to ask you about a disappearance. Do you recall anything about those who came inquiring?
I only remember the foreign woman. I didn't catch her name, but those are her posters hanging up everywhere. She has
That'll be the
badgered me
mom.
twice now, but I still don't know nothing.
And this woman can be found?
No clue. She was talking gibberish.
AKA, she was speaking in her own language. But that's okay. Now, where was I?
Now, where was I?
I think we know what time it is. It's time for a closer look. Alright, sir. You have a nice hat. Oh. I was trying to comment on his hat, and he's like, oh, he's average height. Alright. What's up with your hand? Many stamp ink stains. Hungus. Hungus. Alright. You'll have a lovely little tummy there. Mint. Solid gold. Waltham Hillside pocket watch. Your coat is a little bit astray, but that's okay. No muscle tone that I can clearly see through what appears to be a wool jacket. But that's okay. Alright. So, he is of English blood, 5'5", and has an average build. Lack of muscle tone implies he is hardly strong. Mr. Soulsby does not seem to look like Kimihia's abductor. His left palm bears several ink stamps. Some letters remain visible. Humkus. Apparently, Mr. Soulsby is the customs officer. He holds a brand new Waltham Hillside watch in his pocket. Only a corrupt customs officer can afford such a thing. Or he's a thief. He can never afford such a thing, so he must have stolen it. I mean, it seems like whatever we accuse someone of being in our own mind palace is incorrect at all times. So I'm just going to assume he's a corrupt officer, because that just feels kind of par for the course for this era, but thief also is correct, so... Correct. I'm going to assume you are corrupt, sir. Shall I grease your palm for more information? Alright. Let's ask him about some stuff in my pocket. I'm going to ask you about yourself, sir.
Sorry, doesn't ring a bell.
He doesn't know anything about himself. Got it. What about that foreign woman you were just talking about?
Sorry, doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, he forgot already. What about the people who have disappeared recently?
Can't help you there, mate.
He's also forgotten about that. Alright. Do you know anything about the haunted house?
Sorry, doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. What about the man with the iron eye?
Can't help you there, mate.
Never heard of him. Alright. The river poisoning? Know anything about that?
What are you on about?
Okay. What about, Roy Soulsby, your card found at the scene of the abduction?
Have you seen this before?
My card? Where did you dig that up?
At a crime scene near Baker Street involving a young servant's kidnapping, I might add.
No. Someone used it without my consent. How else would it end up there?
Do you know about this necklace?
Can't help you there,
Nope,
mate.
okay. What about the Nepali boy? Related to the mom that you just recently mentioned?
I have been told that you hired Dea's son, Girves, right before he vanished. His brother also said you had a metal eye. What do you make of this?
Tell that him to stop making things up.
Fair. Alright.
That boat explosion stopped most traffic coming into the port. Guess I'll be without work for a while. Wonder why people are going missing. Puts a man on edge, you know. I could do with a pint of the cursed mermaid. With the thought of walking in this fog.
Apparently our Sherlock is hot and has the vapors.
I need a little Dutch courage to walk in this fog. But I'd have to walk through the fog to get to the pub. That's just cruel, that is.
Point.
I need a little
Okay.
Dutch courage to walk in this
So,
fog.
as far as I can
But I'd have
tell,
to walk
he
through the fog
seems
to get to the pub.
fairly on
That's
the up
just
and up.
cruel, that is.
But we do have some more questions to ask of people, I am sure.
Moskva. Sounds like this ship was from the east.
That's right.
My
I keep
money is on a
forgetting
little
Russia's
cigarette
considered the
or a
east.
discarded match. One careless throw, and boom.
It is technically from the east, but
If
every
we
time I
stay
hear
out
someone
much
say
longer, I'm going to need
the
some
east,
supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
I always assume that they're talking about generically Asia. Okay, so let's see. Do you know anything? Right. Foreign woman. Okay, so I have nothing that's pinnable at the moment. Let's see. That one. Pin it. Do you know anything?
Help me, please.
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
I know nothing. Okay. So I do believe we have to go back and talk to people to find out more information. So we either need to talk to
Is this familiar to you?
the barmaid,
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
the Nepali boy, or or who else would know anything? Would anyone know anything? I mean, I could go into Mind Palace, but I'm trying to get extra points. And the only way I'm going to get extra points is if I attempt to get everything correct on the first try. And so far, that has not happened. So we're going to go this way, and we're going to go talk to the boy and see if he knows anything more. Because he definitely did not give me enough information yet about the man with the silver eye. You there, boy.
I'm sorry about my English. I try hard, but the rules don't make sense. It's stupid.
I am right there with you, kid.
If I need to, I'll work to support my family. Just like my brother.
I like this kid. I really do. He's a good little bean.
Emma's gone and Girves too, so I will be staying here.
What a good little bean. I like that little kid. Okay, let's go see if the barmaid has anything useful to share. Guess I could try asking the doctor anything. I doubt he's gonna know anymore, because he stays in his little hole. Is there anyone in here who actually knows anything? No. I keep forgetting. I keep thinking this pub has an upstairs because it's got the railings, but there's no like stairway to get up there, so that's just for decoration, I guess. Ma'am,
After the incident the other day, it seems customers are staying at home.
she's got nothing for me. So I guess we're gonna have to go into the Mind Palace and see if we can get any information out of my old noggin. Alright, so where is Kimiha, or who abducted Kimiha? So where? Do we have a where? We need 2 greens and a yellow. So observation. Can I read? Give me his abductor is likely a sailor from the Port of London. Bulky, size 11 shoes. Okay. Character portrait of Roy Soulsby. He is absolutely not the dude in question. May have hired the dude in question, but yeah, I don't think we have enough information. We have documentation and testimonies, and we have Roy Well, we have the Nepali boy's testimony, who seems to have a matching testimony to the description of the guy. So, man with the iron eye can only be Dirty Summers. And she has no idea where to find him, which is another problem, because now we don't know where he is. And the boy's testimony is strong man with a metallic eye named Roy Soulsby. So clearly we have met Roy, and that is not the man. So either the man with the metallic eye or is going around giving a false name, which is very possible, or there are shenanigans afoot, like a Jekyll and Hyde situation. Maybe he gets all angry and explodes and turns into a giant barley dude. But let's go this way, because I know we kind of blasted through. Doctor's gone. Doctor is completely gone with all of his patients. Never mind. All right, well, must have packed up shop. That was not the direction I meant to go. We need to go this way, because we kind of blasted through the docks and didn't really talk to anyone or do anything, because I was looking for something specific. So we need to look for something less specific and see what we can find. Problem is I'm supposed to have at least one item that I can have pinned that I can ask people about, but none of them in the list here have the marker indicating that they match my list. Let's see. We need foreign woman. I know too much. Now I must die. Okay. I truly don't think we have enough information to solve this, even though this thing keeps blinking at me saying, solve it, damn it. I don't know where he is, nor do I know who abducted him. We have not located any information about the man with the eye. Also, hi, the one, how you doing? Horse. Do you know anything? No? Okay. Okay, so where are we? We are... I don't actually know where we are. I'm having a hard time navigating this place. It's fine. Bonk. So the dock appears to only have the Pier 3. Like, I'm sure there are more, but we only seem to have access to the Pier 3. We don't have access to the Pier 1, so no pretty random house tchotchkes for me. Is this the place I can go? No, not yet. Yep. No. Interesting. Interesting. So who else is left to talk to, if anyone? We've got Roy Soulsby, who doesn't talk to me anymore because he's done giving me his information. We've got the barmaid, who is done talking to me because she's given me all of her information. The doctor has vanished. The Nepali boy is done talking to me because he's given me all of his information. Alright. I was baffled by that. Ah, I see. I see. I kinda sorta got the context, but I was confused by the formation of the question. That's why I was confused, because I'm like, I don't know how you would stuff a doggo. I don't even know how you would tame a doggo in that game, but also, I wouldn't stuff. I would just accept a stuffed. I am lost again. Not lost, but unsure of more information. This is Roy, and there doesn't appear to be anything else to do here.
I need a little Dutch courage to walk in this fog, but I'd have to walk through the fog to get.
Okay, so let's just mash through, since I'm not gonna get a bonus anyway. Let's just mash through this and see if we can find any linkages whatsoever. So we'll do that one, and then we'll do and oh. I'm sorry, but that is a tenuous link at best. I put all of the information that I have in there about Dirty Summers and Roy Soulsby and the Nepali boy's brother and all that fun stuff, and we come to the conclusion that Dirty Summers is the kidnapper. But also we have no information on him, so I'm not sure how that's supposed to help. So in my mind's eye, in my brain palace, I have now concluded that the person I have just heard of is the abductor. Does that give me... That does give me this. Okay. I'm not quite sold on the investigation method just yet. Yo, talk to me.
What are you gawping at?
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
What makes you say that?
Because, oh, this is a new thing. Okay. So, what is the crime and who is the criminal? So, the Silver Tide is the poison spilling. Kimiha's disappearance.
And how do I fit in all this? Sorry, you lost me there.
What happened? What happened?
Mr. Soul...
Okay. Yes.
A man named Dirty Summers was involved in some recent kidnappings across London. He used your name as a cover for his deeds.
What? Really? That doesn't mean I'm involved, though.
Roy Soulsby's calling card
Your calling card was found at the crime scene. That's enough to make you a suspect.
You cannot be serious.
Alright, barmaid. Barmaid's testimony. Sure.
This proves nothing. Sorry, you lost me there.
Mr.
Okay. 30 Summers. Calling card. And then... Sure.
This proves nothing.
So I still have
Sorry,
nothing.
You lost me.
Okay.
I shall
So
take
now we need to go ask more people about Dirty Summers.
Do you know anything about this? Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
So I do wonder, it feels...
Can I ask you a question?
Sorry.
I can't help you with this.
It feels very much like they wrote this game with the understanding that you've played the other Sherlock games and already know how to use their investigation methods. Because it certainly is not teaching me how to use these things.
Help me, please. Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Okay, so we're looking for
Are you able
this
to help me?
guy.
I don't think anyone here knows the answer.
Nope. Okay.
You should ask someone else.
Let me go back to the barmaid, see what she knows. Actually, let's go ask the boy.
Emma's gone
Nope,
and
okay.
Gearvest too.
Do you know
so
anything? Oh, can't talk to you.
I will be staying here.
Now, do you know anything?
If we stay out
Nope,
much
he
longer,
just knows
I'm
about
going
his
to need
meat
some
pie.
supper. Do you feel like a meat pie?
So we've asked around here. No one knows anything here. The lady might know something, but probably not.
The people
Oh.
here are resilient. Tomorrow it'll all be forgotten.
She does not know anything. Do you know anything?
Do you know anything about this?
I can't tell you because I don't know.
So the only place that's left to ask, assuming that the questions are region specific, is the warehouse. I can't imagine that I would have to find the correct random passerby. But we have the this guy back again. Can I speak to you, sir? Can I speak to you, sir?
Excuse me, just one question.
I don't think anyone here knows
Okay.
the answer. You should ask someone else.
So let's carry on to the warehouses.
Can you satisfy my curiosity? Sorry, sir. Can't help you.
Where was that Bobby? He was outside the pub, and he's no longer outside the pub, so his quest line is resolved. So we're going to the warehouses next to see if anyone in that general region knows about the dude.
Help me, please.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
You, giant fish.
You want a fishy?
Do you know about the man? Random giant fish in a minecart. Alright. They have not made
this
this
familiar to you?
easy.
I don't think anyone here knows the answer.
And that's
You should
fine.
ask someone else.
But they also haven't made it clear what I could be doing, yet alone what I should be doing.
Could you help me?
You're in my way.
No, sir. I never heard of it.
Okay. Well, that's a new NPC voice I haven't heard. Sounded kind of Jamaican. So do I just keep accusing Dirty Summers? I mean, Roy. Do I keep accusing Roy of knowing Dirty Summers? There we go. I guess we'll try mind palacing the other piece, because I don't think I've done that. But I have a feeling I don't know. Kimiha's disappearance. And the testimony, and the testimony. Nothing. Alright, these two. And, Kimiha's abductor. Nothing. I know jack and shit. Alright, cool. Got it. So, they want me to ask people. That's what this icon is about. They want me to talk to people and ask them about this Dirty Summers character. But then we don't have anyone to ask. So my only option right now is to continue confronting him and seeing if I can see if I can blame him correctly. So let's try this one. Let's try.
Boulder Dash. Sorry.
You're Boulder Dash.
Mr. Sol. A man.
What?
Okay, so then calling card. And we need one more thing. Sailor. Yeah.
This proved
No.
so.
Okay.
Mr.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything that would make any sense. What about, we've already done the barmaid's testimony. We've done the, I mean, I guess we haven't done some of the other stuff. We've done his own self-portrait. Sure.
This
No, okay. I don't think I have enough information to
I shall take my leave.
finish confronting him. I need to find some sort of link between him and the Dirty Summers. But I can't find Dirty Summers. I feel like I'm missing a critical piece of the puzzle.
May I ask you something?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Horse, talk to me, man. I'm desperate here. Nothing? Okay. So there's no one else to talk to in here that I'm aware of. All the people that we have talked to have disappeared. Doctor's gone. People inside the river are gone. The police officer is gone. I feel like that would be the one that would give me the most information, is the missing police officer. Either of you ladies know anything?
Excuse me, just one question.
No, sorry. I know nothing.
Okay. And the other one's probably going to say the same thing. And the police officer is indeed missing.
Do you know anything about this?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
And we've already talked to the bar lady, who doesn't want to say any more.
Be careful on the port, gentlemen. The fog is particularly thick tonight.
I'm feeling particularly thick tonight, thank you very much. And I can't go back, so I can't leave this location, which means everything I need is here somewhere.
If we stay out much longer, I'm going to need some supper. you feel like a meat pie?
And Watson is ever so helpful. Apparently he can't think on an empty stomach. Whoa, what's going on? What do? Oh, these are Piers 1 and 2. Okay. For some reason, I didn't even register these as useful. But these are the Piers 1 and 2. Okay, never mind. I've been everywhere. Like, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. That's back to Pier 3. Oof. Yeah.
That sort of thing?
Is this familiar to you?
Sorry, sir. Can't help you.
Sorry. Sorry. See, I would think that we would have a newish person to talk to who would, you know something about Dirty Summers that would point me in the right direction. But so far, the only information I have about Dirty Summers is that he's big, size 11 shoe, has a metal eye, and no one knows where he's found. That's literally his description is, I don't know where he hangs out. Which really does not give me anything. Like, it's hard to it's hard to do an investigation with that little information. This is part of the process. I know it, but it's not accessible. So I need to find whatever's supposed to trigger that. What the hell am I missing? And this feels important too, because it's got the red on it, but no idea. Oh goodness.
Can I ask you a question?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Even the guy related to Warehouse 5, or whichever warehouse that was, isn't there anymore. What on earth am I missing? I guess my only real option is to continue attempting to blame him for everything without enough information to blame him on everything. Unless someone knows the answer, I will happily take assistance at this point.
What are you gawping at?
What are you gawping at?
Mr. Soulsby, you know...
Alright, you.
And how... Sorry.
Mr. S
And you.
And how to... Sorry.
Mr. Souls...
So, what is the crime?
A man...
What?
What's Soulsby's connection to the crime?
Your...
What is Soulsby's secret? I don't know. Missing person?
This proves... So
Mr. S a man...
what?
Your...
And his secret is He's the father.
This proves sorry.
Mr. A man named Dirty.
What? Really?
You're.
Foreign woman.
This.
Okay.
Mr.
And my evidence, my evidence options down here keep changing based on what the current question is. So I can't even select or check all of what I've got. But
A man.
man kidnapped using your calling card. Haunted warehouse?
This proves
That, okay.
Mr. A man.
What? Ball.
Oops, wrong one.
Mr. A man.
What?
You're cool.
So, the silver tide chemical problem is not it. We've already asked him about that. We've done the barmaid's testimony, because she doesn't know anything. We've done the pendant. I think we've done his own character portrait, but
It's true.
Oh,
And that's before
motherfucker.
mentioning your gold watch. It's brand new and awfully expensive for a customs officer. Clearly you have found yourself another source of income. I'm sure Scotland Yard will be delighted to investigate further.
All right, stop. Look, it's not as it seems. I did not partake in the kidnappings.
I'm all ears, Mr. Soulsby.
Yes, I know Summers. He paid me to turn a blind eye to his business in the warehouse area. Just that. On my word.
You did not tell me which warehouse he used?
12.
I do not recall. But I used red paint to mark unsupervised warehouses. Ought to be one of them.
What else can you say of Summers?
He is a regular at the Cursed Mermaid. Goes there with his crew almost every evening.
What for?
I don't know. I assumed just for a drink.
Alright, the investigation capabilities in this game, leaving me a bit salty like these sailors. But it's fine, we'll power through it for the sake of mysteries and Lovecraft. Okay, so we are looking for one of those marked warehouses, which there was a number 2, I think, right here. And then number 12, that one was not interactable, so number 12 is the other one that was over back this way. Good thing I did all this running around and really got used to the area, huh? Alright. So then we probably need to go to the pub. Because those are the two things he mentioned worth note. Either the unmarked... the unmarked, or the marked warehouses to show that they are unused, or the pub. Alright, so what's the thingy now? Accomplice, rise testimony. I mean, we do have testimony, so maybe I'm running the wrong path. Maybe this is the element I need to solve the thing. But if I recall, I still don't have everything. I have character portrait, which I think we tried and didn't work. And we only have 1 green, so we still don't have enough to solve that one. So either way, we still need more info. Okay, there's nothing here. Do you know anything again? Oh, now we confront her.
Why do I have the feeling that you know more about Dirty Summers than you're letting on?
I have nothing more to add, sir.
What is the crime? There's been a kidnapping.
Enough. I have hard evidence that Summers was involved in recent kidnappings across London.
I'm not surprised. So what?
And how are you connected to it? Disappeared, left a pendant. He knows nothing. And that, he's frequently at the pub.
A customs officer, Roy Soulsby, testified that Summers was a regular here. You must know something about his business.
All I know is his drinks order.
It's fair. And then what is her secret? I mean, we know her secret is that she's pregnant, but that's not really something that we would normally throw in a woman's face to use as evidence of her crimes. But I feel like that's the one they're going to want me to use. So we'll use it.
If the lives of the missing do not concern you, then I would urge you to think about your unborn child.
Are you threatening me?
That did sound kind of threatening.
Many people are missing, and the main suspect based himself in your establishment. One word to Scotland Yard and your life takes a turn for the worse. Now, spare yourself
Threatening
the trouble
people.
and tell me all you know.
Okay,
The brutish way.
Summers hired my private room. I think he used it to recruit people, but I haven't seen him in a few days. He paid me cash, so I paid him no attention. Nor did I touch anything inside. Here's the key, go and do what you will. Just leave me out of it.
Shush. Shush. Good old blackmail and extortion. Definitely the Sherlock Holmes way. That was not the correct door. That's a door. That's a door. This door. This door. Okay. So now we need to use our imagination to find
The
things.
hairs on the back of my neck stood up.
But why? It's just a painting. Okay. So we have strong med needed for moving crates in warehouse area. And there's just the bucket of corn. Oh, scratchies. Those look ominous. Fresh scratches,
Strange symbols.
deeply
Don't
carved.
recognize them.
Plate of beans. Invoice for sailcloth. The Parker and Williams Co. Manchester. Invoice number yada. Date yada. Sold to Oscar Summers. High quality sailcloth packed in wooden crates. 50 crates, 50 pounds. Okay.
£5. That won't go far.
The job is to move crates in the warehouse area. Dirty Summers hires men in the pub's private room. Okay. Sir? Alright, what else you got for me? What do you know of the hiring notice?
What did you see of Summers' work here? He was recruiting people.
It was like the whole world came through my door. People of all creeds and colours, but always strong, always tall. They seemed like workers or journeymen. Beyond that, there's not much more to tell. I took his money and let him be.
And this lasted how long?
Several weeks, I wager.
Alright.
Be careful on the port, gentlemen. The fog is particularly thick tonight.
Nice that she's still being cordial in her her post-interrogation discussions. Alright, let's peek at our new evidence. So we've got move crates in the warehouse area. We've got invoice number 12B. Scratches can be seen atop the table in the pub's private room. Newer ones look like unfamiliar symbols carved with a knife. Rusty key made of copper. 30 Summers paid extra to use it. Mr. Soulsby knows nothing of the recent disappearances. He admit that he'd met Dirty Summers, who does business in one of the warehouses. Okay. So we probably have enough to do this now. So we need the hiring notice, because that's probably where large, strong workers like Kimihia would have been brought into. Sailcloth and Soulsby's testimony. Alright. Dirty Summers hired men for warehouse work. Carry crates of sailcloth. The abductees could still be inside the warehouse, which should be marked with red paint. Fucky ducky. Ah, that's a whole lot of pins on it. So, trying to understand these pins, because they're not clear anywhere. I think this is supposed to indicate that we should pin it because of the pin icon, and I think that unlocks the ability for us to use our imagination to look for things. And then these two symbols probably indicate imagination to look for things and at a location, I think. Because there's another symbol that means, you know, talking to people in conversation. Another symbol that means, hi, why are you just stand there barking? Puppy. Another symbol that means that we need to ask random people as they pass. Yep.
May I ask you something?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Okay. So this is not the pin and ask random passersby option. Alright, so once again we'll peek at 2 because it's right here.
Wrong warehouse. Nothing to see here.
I didn't think so. It doesn't have the dot saying I could interact with it before. And that's the only other one I recall. I think there were only 2 with the red. There might have been a third one, but I think this is the right one. Okay, that doesn't help. There we go. Now we're allowed inside. Oh, we have to pick locks now. Okay. Outside lock. Oh, what's this? Oh. That's fascinating. Alright. Okay. Curious. Oh, okay, so we need to do each one in sequence. Got it. Okay, so you're a 2. Maybe you're a 3? You're a 3, okay. How? Okay. 5? No, not 5. Okay, so we need a 2, a 4, and maybe a 3? Nah. You know what? That's not a bad lockpicking mechanic. It's not quite as interactive as some of the other ones I've seen, but it is more cerebral, I would say. Yes, now I can pick locks instead of having to ask the man for the key. And I think they made a point of making that a strange-looking key to specifically say that we don't have the skill to pick it. But this is just a regular, boring lock. I do like that lockpicking mechanic, though. You effectively have to make your own lockpick to get
Really,
in.
Holmes, this ought to be beneath you. As my brother would say, it is for the greater good.
The greater good. Okay, so we need imagination. Or do we? I don't see imagination options yet. Literally nothing in here. Oh.
This crank saw some use.
That may be one of the first cranks in a video game that we have not picked up to randomly use later. Hello, Gila. Hello, Kitty.
The layers of rust will prevent any movement.
Alright.
Fit for a crank.
So we're not allowed to pick up the crank until we understand that
Well
we need
oiled
it.
and well maintained.
Got it.
It's stuck. No one's used it in a very long time.
It's locked. Okay, so now we go down and pick up that crank, I'm assuming. Crank. See, you cannot be a loot goblin in this game. You can't just grab a thing and assume that you're gonna need it later, or just because it's shiny. That is unfortunate. Oh, meow, you too. Meow to you too. Gila, stop. Gila, stop. So why do I need the lifting mechanism? The lifting mechanism is for that thing there. Ah, because that looks like that may or may not be a trap door underneath it. Got it. I didn't hear you, bud. I only read your subtitles. Good thing they speak in subtitles, or I'd never catch anything.
A hidden passage. Just as I expected.
Gila, why are you being a butt? Yeah, why? Why? Yeah, yeah. Alright. Yes? I mean, I haven't found the missing boy yet. But there hasn't been anyone else to talk to, so I have to assume that... Huh? Adorable Kisa. Kisa and Gila talking. So, have I... Okay, warehouse, lifting mechanism. Yeah, we got that. But we don't have... I mean, we don't even have a thing to let me follow up on the boy's missing... the missing boy. We have... So we have info on the foreign woman, but we don't have information about where she might be. We have information on the missing person's poster. We've talked to Daya about it. I don't I don't think we have any more information. It does say that Roy Soulsby gave the pendant to Girdvesh, which is, in fact, the Dirty Summers guy. So we have to be able to continue this investigation by going through here. Because there's no other option.
Wait here, Watson, and keep an eye on the doors. I'll scout the premises.
Will do. Be careful down there.
Okay, we're just gonna get rid of that. Well, this is a long, ominous, creepy hallway. Yeah, yeah. Once we started going down here alone and told him to stay back, that's kind of when I was very much sure that we were coming back through that same path.
Wait, what's happening?
Uh-oh.
Jesus.
Oh. Right.
What is this place? Where am I?
Huh. See, that's a very abrupt change. The only hint, I mean, other than the title and the cover art, I guess, the only hint that we have had so far that this was going to go even remotely spooky and mysterious are the strange carvings on the table in the bar. That's it. That's the only hint that we've had so far. And then suddenly, we're in a magical other dimension with giant chains and stuff. Is that a hand made out of crystal bits? That looks like a hand. That's a hand. Okay. Oh, that's also a hand. What are you?
Strangely cold. Something is missing.
Yeah. Hint number 1, faint carvings on a table. Hint number 2, traveling to an alternate dimension. The smallest of hints.
This cannot have been under the port of London all along. Is it an illusion?
The only way forward is the abyss.
The only way forward is the abyss.
That's what I just said. Well, I can't touch the door yet. So the only way forward is the abyss, you say. Alright, I'm going that way. Ow. Oh.
Phew. I didn't die.
Well, turns out that was the right answer. I found the shiny doodad that fits the hole from earlier. Where's the right spot to... there we go.
It is icy cold and pulsating.
Alright. Geronimo! Ow.
My heart, be calm.
Whoops. Turns out there are people in each of those cages. Rip to whichever poor fool got the lucky straw on that one. Sorry. Did you just... did. Short stride. Kjarnak Kadishtu? I don't know what that means, nor how I would understand that from boot prints. But I get it. Okay. So that's my hint of don't run, walk. Oh, sorry. 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 It's a timed walking puzzle. Really? Really? Eh, 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 eh. Okay. So many dick jokes, so little time. So it's a timed walking puzzle. That is interesting. Who's dying next? You? Oh, sorry. Sorry, my mental incompetence is not saving your life today.
Now I am somewhere else. How?
Who? Huh? Neat.
It's harder to breathe here. What is that?
Can I...
Oh no! This unspeakably revolting.
I think I just accidentally stumbled on the right path forward. I was being silly. But that actually just spat me out at a new location. Thanks, I guess? Hooray! This seems to be the way we progress in this game. Okay, so now we're back here with the squidgy thing. Okay, got it. So I'm just gonna look around. My path forward does not want to be my path forward. It is choosing to reject me. Got it.
It's like it stares right through me.
Well, that's just friggin' weird. Alright. So we've got another puzzle, and that door is probably also another timed door, so we need to figure out how to get those things down. So, I was definitely correct before that we need to get eaten. And squelched down here. So we can find an alternate path. That's really weird. Ah, is it? Oh. I touched a thing. Oh.
My head is already spinning. When will this end?
Alright, that was an odd puzzle, but that's okay. Door. Nope. Door. Nope. Door. Yes, this must be the one. Size 9, clear edges. Bugnafavi.
It's rather frustrating.
Indeed.
On my head. What just happened?
Alright. So this is the Bugnafafi. And this is size 9 boot prints. Funglui. Alright. Nope. What if?
The stench.
Hi. Ah, I found a thing.
A strange stone. It almost feels alive.
Very tentacly, very horny, very mouthy and toothy. Very squidgy. Okay, cool. Ah, that's what I've been standing on this whole time. Lovely. Alright, so we got one of the stones. I suspect we're gonna need another one. Alright, I think we need to do this systematically here, so we've done this one. I think this was the eyeball one. Doesn't appear to be anything to this one. So, So the one with the other boot prints, these ones. We're supposed to do something. But I am not clear on what yet. Ah. This is the walk slowly method. Got it.
Oh, that is truly revolting.
More horns, more squidges. Lovely.
Frozen and pulsing almost like it has a heart.
Wonderful. Alright, we got both the thingies. Come back, door, I need you. Okay, so that's interesting. So these moving walkways get closer as you find the loud thing. And then you stand on the loud thing to lock them in place. Alright, that's interesting. Oh, he suddenly has a lamp.
Am I...
I love lamp.
Did I get out? John?
What is it, Holmes?
Oh. Oh. No, you know what? Back when I was confused about which one was which, Holmes versus Watson, I couldn't remember which one was which, or I couldn't tell. And I had mentioned that we might be swapping between the two of them. I was kind of joking, but apparently, here we are. Alright, now we go. Chase after my boy. Save him from the tentacles. To illuminate something with your lantern, use... Oh, okay. It's just a really crappy lantern. Got it. I was expecting it to illuminate in front of me and nothing was happening. But no, it's just a really short throw. Got it. And Watson does not have the Q button for imagination. He apparently lacks imagination. So we have some sort of, I want to say, dungeon.
Watson? Holmes, where are you?
You squidgy. Crabs. Crabs and other. So they were at least feeding people down here. That's a good start. Alright. There's a boy. You doing okay, bud? You feeling under the weather?
Holmes? Holmes? Are you alright?
Fine. Watson, I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Fine? By Jove, you should have heard the way you called out my name.
It was just a game of shadows.
Yes. A game of shadows.
I'm glad. This place gives me the chills. What are we dealing with?
Something that's finally interesting.
He's got a beardy thing now. How long has he been down here? He has beard now.
I hope we are close to finding our answers. This place is unsettling.
So we have our first glimpse of Cthulhu himself. So you are looking rather green.
His abdomen is severely bloated.
Oh no, does he have the parasites?
Cyanosis of the lips, marks on the neck. This man was strangled.
Oh, I thought he was still alive. Broken nails, dried mud crumbs. Oh, and a needle prick on the finger. Okay. Oh. See. Okay. So we have Mystery Man doing the strangling, another Mystery Man doing the worshipping. United States of America. Yada yada yada. Description. I can't read past that. Okay.
An American passport. Amos Colby.
Okay.
Someone got their hands dirty painting this with blood.
There, Amos Colby. Red hair, brown eyes. Birth April 20, 1852 in Boston. Entered. Wait, hold up. Passport. Oh, okay. For a second there, I forgot we were in London, And I'm like, he was born in Boston and then he entered the country 30 years later? I was very confused for just a half a second because I was in Lovecraft World, which is always on East Coast, US. But we're actually in London, which is Sherlock's territory, so I got lost. Alright. Back of the passport features a bloody drawing, vaguely depicts a sea creature, perhaps an octopus. Northwood Agency, any manner of discreet investigations. For you, we shall search the world. Boston, okay. So he was a private investigator, who is now very much dead.
I've never seen a pattern like this before.
A ritually dagger.
Old blood stains.
Nice.
At least 24 pendants, all identical and made of tin.
Ah. So that matches with the pendant that was given to the boy as payment for, I guess, stealing the brother, I guess?
It seems made for simple experiments. I wager they could not afford a better set. This box contained a narcotic substance, much like the one in Kimihia's brazier.
Oh.
Black Edelweiss Institute, established 17-something.
Okay. Tin box with Edelweiss. Alright. So what's our other option over here? Worshipping and ritual dagger. So this is wrong button. This is probably the right one, the strangling and the worshipping. Although the ritual dagger could have been used to prick the finger, but I feel like there would be more stabbing involved if it was just the dagger. All right, so we gotta keep looking for stuff.
Did you hear that, Watson?
I hear you.
Kianak, Flegethor, Lebumna, Siaha, Inguft.
We do not know if Kimihia is alive, nor do we know if the missing brother is still alive.
Finglui, Maglanafa, Cthulhu, Rilia, Waganagal, Fatagan.
What on earth?
How is that possible?
You sure you're not hearing anything, Watson? Can't just be me, right? Uh-oh. Apparently, I did something bad. Because I just got an achievement that just says, Curiosity killed the cat by rousing evil from its slumber. So apparently interacting with that enough times was enough to raise the Cthulhu. Mud drawing.
Someone used
Intentional.
mud to draw a cross in a rectangle. Why?
Why indeed? Come on. There we go.
Fine rope work. Can't buy a finer blade. These clothes were crudely cut off someone. An American, judging by the style.
Probably the dead who was the guy who is currently dead on the altar. Oh, there's another one up here. Blood and human hair. Like someone getting bonked real good. Okay, that feels more appropriate. we are definitely missing more stuff. So let's continue investigation.
Ooh, potent. This sensor has more narcotic residues.
Something seems amiss here. Can't quite place my finger on it.
What on earth? It looks like the scribbling of madmen.
That sounds like the scribbling of madmen. Oh. See, this is tricky because we're supposed to intuit what's going on in the scenes based on evidence provided. And so far, I'm not actually getting that much evidence provided. But we're rolling with it at the moment until I find more. Box.
A small bloodstain, but not serious.
Scratches, bloodstain, torn
Scratches
fingernails.
left in a frenzy.
Someone was trapped in this box.
The strength it would take to carry this crate, let alone break it.
So is that where Kimihia was imprisoned, in the box? That seems right. Alright, what else are we missing?
Miserable food, mass-produced. These clothes are missing buttons. They were forcefully removed. Dumpra, a staple of lecturemen's attire in Nepal. Gathered from dozens of people at the very least.
I see. That's probably appropriate. Now I have the option to validate my suggested findings. The only one I think I'm not too sure on is the people worshipping at the blood drawings, but this does appear to be a larger affair. So the worshipping and the blood drawing seems more appropriate than just the blood drawing alone. That the knife roping, the forcefully removing of clothing, the stuffing a dude in a box for some reason, all of those feel right to me. Oh. What's this? Oh. Interesting. I feel like these are people that we should know. Like the devs, perhaps. Or perhaps supporters of the game. It's a whole lot of faces in here.
Who are these people?
Who are these people indeed?
Who are these people?
So this must have been a little bit of a little secret hidden room to thank all of the various backers of the game at some point. Alright, I think we're good to make my assumptions. So let's go ahead and do that.
Many people were brought to this place. Their abductors stripped off their clothes and discarded them in a pile. The prisoners were kept in a soporific trance by the use of narcotics. A few tried to resist, but alas, in vain. After a few days, everyone was stuffed in a crate and sent elsewhere. Only one captive was left behind. He was strangled to death on this altar.
His belly's wiggling. His belly's wiggling.
What the hell is happening, Holmes?
Calm yourself.
That ain't good.
What is it? Oh my God.
Quick, get to squishing.
Please tell me we found all we needed to, Holmes.
I think we found a bit more than that.
Yet we have no clue as to where those people have been taken.
And that's where you're wrong, Watson. We have more than enough. I just need to connect the dots. How about you pack your suitcase in the meantime, my dear fellow? Just in case.
Investigation scene completed. Warehouse 12 happenings. So, okay. Alright. Do we have things to look at in here? No. I do not believe so. So I think it is now up to me, oops, sorry, to put together the things in my brain. So we have unknown man on the altar with red hair, dark eyes, noteworthy side whiskers, and a mustache in need of a wash and trim. Body shows signs of struggle and strangulation, with his belly being clearly bloated. One of his fingers reveals a prick from a needle. His other hand is covered in mud with some under his nails. Okay. Who is probably this Amos Colby person, who is from Boston, and who was here as part of a discreet investigation agency. So he very much was an investigator investigating a cult, and did not survive the process. We also have a box with Edelweiss, drugs of some kind. Symbol underneath Warehouse 12. And then the Warehouse 12 happenings. Headed by Dirty Summers, a group of kidnappers kept dozens of people under one of the port warehouses. They took away all the victims' clothes and drugged them with substances. Following that, the abductees were put inside empty crates and sent to their next destination, likely on a ship. Only one man among the victims stayed behind and was brutally killed. Great! Well, who's the dead man on the altar is the current question, so we know that one. So let's see if we can get this one right the first try. Observations. Dead man on the altar. Hiring notice. Advertisement flyer. And passport. What? I guess dead man on the altar? Son of a bitch! Private detective from Northwood Agency in Boston. He must have been investigating the disappearances before getting caught and killed by the perpetrators. Looks like no special points for me. Where have the abductees been sent to? Is a good question. Let's go with the tin box with Edelweiss. And then... hiring notice? Cross inside rectangle. Actually seems like some sort of clue we should know about. So that could be Switzerland or one of the other flags that has the cross. Let's go with strange symbols. No, the cross is right. Hiring notice? Nope. Amos. The Warehouse 12 kidnappings. Somehow. Black Edelweiss Institute in Switzerland. Okay. See, some of these links in the Mind Palace are very tenuous at best, and it's really hard to know which ones would qualify for what they're trying to get at. Because I feel like a couple of the things I clicked on could have worked for that. But we have what we need. Private Eye, symbol, Warehouse 12, and then abductees headed for Black Edelweiss Institute in Switzerland. So, that means that the missing Nepali boy is probably a later solution once we go to Switzerland and track down where they've shipped all the people. Some key information for your case can be found in the archives. Open your casebook, press space to start your research in the archives. Oh, well, that's a thing. Okay. Archives. Ah! I literally have to click the evidence and then hit space to search this in the archives. Got it. Okay, facilities of the world. So let's see. Date of establishment, 1700s. Field of activity, let's go with medicine. Type of organization, I don't actually know. Location, Europe. Search. Now this is familiar. We had this similar style of archival search method in the Sinking City. So this is familiar to me. Black Edelweiss Institute is in Interlaken, Switzerland, established in 1789 by Professor Keller. The institute specializes in mental illnesses and addictions. It is currently headed by Professor Gygax.
Dr. Watson, how does a trip to Switzerland sound to you?
It sounds unexpected. What makes you think we should head there?
It's all about the box with narcotics and Mr. Colby's clue, the cross inside a rectangle. Put two and two together, add a dash of research, and what do you get? The Black Edelweiss Institute in Interlaken, Switzerland. If we hurry, we can still catch tonight's train.
Oh, we're now on a train. Lovely.
As grateful as I have been for your company, Dr. Watson, I'm afraid you shall have to investigate Edelweiss alone.
Alone? Mr. Holmes, I fear you overestimate my abilities.
Nonsense. You are a military man, a bastion of British courage.
I'm no such thing. As a doctor, I avoided most combat, save for one dreadful day. My troop was ambushed in a village with innocents caught in the crossfire. Too many to help.
The man with the rosary. He was one of them?
A translator, yes. We were trapped. 6 soldiers and myself. I thought it was the end. But Lieutenant Paget refused to go quietly. The men prepared for a final stand. I rose to follow, but Paget shook his head. He told me to run. That I had other men to save. They charged, and I fled through the rear. So you see, Mr. Holmes, I am a coward.
Aw, he cried.
The logic seems inescapable.
Yes.
You, a surgeon by trade, would have been perfectly useless in that conflict.
What? No.
And how many men have you helped since? Ailments eased, troubles tended?
No more than a handful. Truth be told, I have become somewhat of a recluse.
How many people could you help with 30 years ahead of you? Dozens? Hundreds? Paget was correct. You can cease your self-recrimination.
Holmes, I don't know what to say.
I would start with, I am Dr. John Watson, may I look around?
Oh, Holmes. Ooh, pretty.
The Edelweiss staff will doubtless be eager to show off their facilities to a fellow physician. I have already taken the liberty of sending a letter on your behalf to request a visit.
And what of you?
I shall be pursuing other avenues. Should you see anything troublesome or improper, simply notify the local authorities. Otherwise, try a little analysis yourself. You know my methods. Apply them.
It's very pretty. Well, this looks like a dungeon. The Mountains of Madness, you say? Well, alright then. Before we begin this lovely part of the investigation as our esteemed Dr. Watson, I think now is a good time as any for a BRB. So let's do that. Hello, we're back. I have a kitty. He's so adorable. He's so adorable. Alright. So, this place looks lovely. Wait up. He's touching me. He's touching me. So let's talk to reception first, because it's the polite thing to do when walking into an establishment. You don't want to just immediately go randomly talking to like doctors and orderlies and stuff. Fucking butts. Howdy, Kinder. Welcome.
Salutations, madam. I am Dr. John Watson. I was wondering if you've got word of my visit.
Yeah, Dr. Watson. We received your letter on the matter. Would it be to see Professor Gygax?
That is correct.
At their earliest convenience, yes. I shall try not to take up too much of their valuable time.
Wait here, bitte. Mr. and Mrs. Bronson, your girl has made remarkable progress. See? Take a look for yourself.
My apologies for keeping you waiting, Dr. Watson.
Hi.
Surely you understand how medical work can make one lose track of time.
Do not be sorry, Professor. I too know the importance of closely attending to patients.
The work hardly stops here, yet the satisfaction of perfecting the mind compels us to persevere.
I take it you welcome many a soul into your establishment?
Admissions, yes. Visitors, though? I am curious as to what brought you to the Schwarzes Edelweiss.
Word of mouth. An article I read back in London spoke highly of your institution. But rather than taking its word for it, I thought I would see things for myself.
My asylum's reputation precedes it, then.
Everyone, your attention, please. Guten Day. Yes, hi. Hello. The name's Amos Colby, Northwood Detective Agency, Boston. I got questions that need answers. Who's in charge here?
Wasn't he
What
dead?
seems to be the matter, Dr. Watson? You can tell me.
Oh.
By Jove, it cannot be
Okay.
him.
I thought... It's fine. I thought his, everything was wrong, but...
Right. Yes. I was surprised because that man is a celebrity. Yes, that's it. Very famous, Mr. Colby. I couldn't believe my eyes.
No. In my line of work, it can't wait. The longer it takes
If
me
you
get
wish
to
to
the
recuperate,
truth, the
Dr.
more
Watson,
lives
you
are
may
placed
avail
in
yourself
harm's
of the
way.
guest room.
But I have so much more to discuss.
Nurse, if you'd be so kind as to escort Dr. Watson to the guest room. Herr Colby, from Northwood
You're
Agency.
coming with me.
How unexpected.
I am Professor Gygax. I would be happy to answer your questions in the examination room.
Look, Professor, unless you got any clues as to the whereabouts of...
There is no need to be alarmed. No one gets neglected in my care.
So much suspicious activity going on here.
Now, let's not resort to brute force.
Do not worry, Herr Colby. My methods are rather more delicate. Search him thoroughly. Then take him to the holding chamber. I need to decide precisely what to do with our guest.
Alright, that took a really quick turn. Okie dokie. So, I am under the assumption that this is Holmes in disguise. But his face is very different, so it might not be. Otherwise, our Amos Colby is supposed to be dead. So, I'm not entirely clear what's going on, but I'm sure we'll find out in due time. But I have a shitbot to deal with. Okay. Catching up on chat. I did see the creepy hotel hallway. Very very liminal of you. You, sir.
The unmistakable scent of alcoholism. Did you walk through their doors as I did, or did they collect you off the streets?
So the accent has changed, so this is definitely our Holmes in disguise. It was just a little bit shocking because his facial structure and features have actually seemed to change, which is weird. Well, maybe he's just really good at makeup and stuff. Aha. Okay. So, looking at this, we need 2431. Hey. Look at that. He is supposed to be really good at makeup, and I do remember that from the Holmes movies that I've seen so far. They always show him just very quickly piecing together a disguise on the fly and being great at it.
A truncheon, not the typical tool for a nurse.
But the typical tool for a man who is trying to escape prison, so you should be grabbing it, sir. Okay, fine. He's not going to grab it. Okay. Holding chamber. Investigation scene found. Interesting. So should I be going up to the examination room, or should be going to Blocka? Let's go to Blocka. Apothecary, you say?
Any chemist would envy the quality of this equipment. The final product, ready to cure madness, or to push one deeper into its grasp. Raw materials used to formulate medicine. With this equipment, they can create any type of medication.
All right. Block of patients. Eloise K. dermatillomania. Nail trimming every day. Do not untie her hands even if she won't stop screaming. Mauricio H. Mania dissociation. After the incident with the nurses, prescribed therapeutic fasting for a week. Mentioned Josephine to make him more manageable. Mariana W. Hysteria. Keep raising the dosage until she forgets the child. Stupor is quite acceptable. Nils J. Nervous breakdown. Do not allow any visits. All letters sent to the patient must be destroyed. Great. We're also getting new rewards unlocked, and it says check bonus section. I don't know what bonus section is, but maybe it's on the main menu. Fourth little frog. Frogs can't wash up, and I surely can. That is the difference between a frog and a man. Fourth little frog was dirty and rotten. What if I put the frog in water? Lucy Dundrup swims in a bath. Laundry becomes the end of her path. Fourth little frog dies in the walls of Black Edelweiss. Interesting.
It sounds sinister, even for a place like this. I wonder if there are more frogs in the pond.
Ooh, needles.
Very sturdy. I might borrow it.
Ah. He does take things on occasion.
What was that? Is someone there? I'm sure I heard something.
No, you heard nothing. Hans or Haynes Winkler. Lionel Reichardt.
You there!
Yes, hi.
I command you to free me at once.
I'm not sure that's a great idea at the moment.
How dare you deny me? I must have my revenge against the lickspittles upstairs.
Fortunately for you, I'm here to stop the very same people.
You are?
Indeed. But first, I must discover all I can about this institution. Tell me, have you witnessed the arrival of any foreign patients?
Tell me? The ghoul? The impertinence to bark such orders?
Please, we don't have time for this.
Do you know with whom you speak?
No.
I am the great Napoleon.
Oh.
Huh. Napoleon Bonaparte?
The one and only. Emperor of the French, first consul of the Republic, leader of La Grande Armée. Once I am free and have exacted my revenge against the guards who ridicule me, I shall rest happy in the arms of my beloved Josephine.
Right. Well, I will leave you to your scheming, Emperor.
Alright. Aurelian Calidigian? Sure.
My heart is pierced by Cupid. I disdain all glittering gold. There is nothing can console me but my jolly sailor bold.
Felicia Hung. Hopefully not living up to her name. Yeah, that's not sounding great, Kinder. 42321. Oh. No, I transposed all of that. It was the other way around. That might even be a 2 to start with. But no, I think that's right. My brain transposed that, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4. Close. I was wrong on the 2s and the 3s. It looks like it is 3s and 2s. Yeah, I definitely mentally transposed all of those numbers. It's fine. There we go.
A certificate of appreciation from the municipal councillor to Professor Becker For contributions to the development of medicine in Interlaken.
Alright. That doesn't look very medicine-y.
A simple toolbox, yet capable of repairing anything.
Repairing or cracking skulls? Because it looks very much like it's geared towards cracking skulls. The fifth little frog. So we're only getting frogs in strange numbers. We're missing first through third. Frogs cannot kill, but I surely can. That is the difference between a frog and a man. Fifth little frog was foolish at large. He forgot about the rules and who was in charge. Timothy Camilleri lies dead in Block B. I swapped out his pills for something nasty. Fifth little frog dies in the walls of Black Edelweiss. All right. This is the lockpicking lawyer, and today I have for you a rusty lock in an old psych ward. Indeed, fine.
John Sallow, the Tulpa phenomenon. I'm somewhat of an expert already.
The Tulpa phenomenon is
John
that?
Sallow, the Tulpa phenomenon. I'm somewhat of an expert already.
I got an achievement for finding the book about the Tulpas. Is that a reference to something
Hill,
Holmes?
Dr. Connolly, it appears that all the psychiatric classics were banished here.
Is that referring to something Holmes, or is that referring to one of their previous games unrelated to proper Holmes? Note from Professor Becker. Professor Gygax, I have suffered serious chemical burns upon my hand, the consequences of your inexcusable actions. My session with Gerda ended before it even began. Poor thing was so terrified she refused to talk, and started to destroy everything in the room rather than let me approach her. What you did to Gerda will not, and cannot, happen again. Let it be known that I consider your methods a barbaric malpractice. If, as you so boldly claim, you wish to be the future of my facility, you must embody my high standards. Do not disappoint me again.
Tubes of varying diameters. Interesting.
Tubes. Found tubes.
Speech and the Cerebellum by S.A. Becker.
Alright.
I can make out the names listed here.
Can you? Are you going to tell me? No? Okay.
I can make out the names listed here.
Pfister, Humber, Gygax, and Becker. Alright.
This photo was damaged, seemingly by oil.
And I have taken it. It is mine now.
Cooking grease. Is this the kitchen dumbwaiter?
You're a kitchen dumbwaiter.
Looks like it's still operational.
Alright. We are definitely getting a curious collection of clues. Oh, there's still this painting.
A painting in a mental institution. Vogel would be delighted.
I think that's it in this room. Bonk. Okay, so I guess we have to go up here next. That's an interesting little space. Not entirely sure what to make of that little space. It's neat, though. Huh. What a curious room. Hooray! Scooby comes bearing good news.
Darn. No way I can get past him without being noticed.
What if you just barreled through the door full speed and knocked the dude unconscious? That's how most of these things work, right?
Locked. I suppose the reception will be guarded anyway.
Fair. Okay, so we have 2 things to examine over here.
This sedative worked faster than I expected. Perhaps I ought to train myself. Build up a tolerance.
Ah, yes. Good plan. Take a random sedative that you may or may not ever experience again and just start microdosing it until you're okay with it.
I'd rather not sit in this chair ever again.
Good plan. Good plan, bud. Oh, okay. Okay. I suppose this is the teaching corner. Yep, I'm definitely curious about the null sector for sure. But we'll get there when we get there. Okay, this one. There we go.
There's the guest room. I wonder if Watson was able to speak to Gygax.
Watson's successful infiltration. I don't think anything else to interact with. Can we mind palace this thing? We have so many clues. So these frog things are a clue. That's interesting. So we need to find Timothy Calamari in Block B. And the laundry? I don't think we found either of those locations yet, so that's fine. A simple case of a missing servant has become a full investigation into mass kidnappings. The trail of Dirty Summers and the abductees led to the Black Edelweiss Institute, which specializes in mental illnesses and addictions. Established in 1789 by Professor Keller, it is now headed by Professor Gygax. Something macabre is going on in this asylum, and every little detail will help in understanding it. Block A patients, Eloise, Mauricio, Mariana, and Nils. 4th and 5th frog memos. We have found some unused syringes. Obstructed access to Block B. Must be a way to slip past him without being caught. Okay. Patient in Block A who believes he is Napoleon Bonaparte. He wants nothing more than to seek revenge against the guards upstairs who imprisoned him. After his retribution, he wants to return to France. And his deal was mania dissociation, prescribed therapeutic fasting, mentioned Josephine to make him more manageable. Okay. A note from Professor Becker, referring to Gygax's unpleasant practices. Series of metal tubes, different diameters. An old photograph of Dr. Pfister, Dr. Huber, Gygax, and Becker. We have a working dumbwaiter. Blocked path upstairs. Sedative. And Dr. Watson managed to get into the asylum and is staying in one of the rooms on the ground floor. He even tried to play along with the fake Amos Colby, but clearly performance is not his strong suit. Watson is in the guest room that is next door to Gygax's office. Okay. How to safely remove the Block B guard. Okay. So this one doesn't seem to help. So I suspect syringes, sedative, and I guess we would have to use this obstructed access, because I don't think the metal tubes are going to be relevant. Metal tubes are relevant. Alright. Handmade blowpipe with the metal tubes? Okay. It could be possible to sedate the guard from a distance using the handmade blowpipe. Perhaps one of the tubes from the storage rooms could suit. Alright, let's do that. That sounds fun. Yeah, so I guess I have to go back to the storage room to get the pipes. See, this is where the loot goblin mentality would come into play. In theory, we should just simply be able to grab everything that looks even remotely important and then use it as soon as we have it. But this game does not let you do that. You have to know what you're going to do with a thing before you can grab a thing.
This should suffice.
Investigation scene complete. I don't even get that reference, the one.
I command you to let me out!
No. Blowpipe is now ready to use. Oh, I can't get in the butt? Alright, fine. Alright. Shoot. Good night, sir.
This should be enough to avoid unwanted attention, at least from a distance.
Nice. I am now Nurse Holmes. More.
Manufactured and packaged here.
More sedatives.
This is the same narcotic substance that we found in London.
Yes. We have more sedatives. There's a thing. Letter to Mr. Schnitzer. Herr Schnitzer, I hasten to assure you that your son is in good hands, and that his unexpected development of a psychological disorder can be remedied at our facility. I am sure that you are as concerned about your son's well-being as I am, and I am confident our combined efforts will lead to a speedy recovery. The housing of your pharmaceuticals in your warehouse is an important part of this process. If you succeed at drawing officials' attention away from this precious cargo, there will be nothing to stop me from returning your son to you, safe, sound, and free of this unfortunate incident. Yours sincerely, Professor Gygax. A hostage situation, you say. Alright. First little frog. Frogs cannot think, and I surely can. That is the difference between a frog and a man. First little frog was my very first try. Her dumb little head is needed to pry. Hannah Pollard near the hole in the wall wanders. There her head with the brick encounters. First little frog dies at the walls of black Edelweiss. I see. Hannah Pollard, head with a brick. I don't know where the hole in the wall. Okay. We're supposed to find where these are referencing, and maybe we'll have more ability once we get more free access to this place. But we're just about to enter Block B, which had one of them. I'm curious where this hole in the wall is. I don't know if it's anywhere around these parts. No, I'm gonna go probably not. We need to carry forward to Block B. You alright in there? She's not alright in there. Okay, so let's go this. Okay, so it's just dudes everywhere. Alright, cool. Maybe we'll avoid going to the dudes first. It's dudes everywhere. It's telling me I need to pin a thing. So we're in Block B. So maybe we can pin the frog thing. And this one. Yeah, Timothy Camilleri.
The killer swapped Timothy's pills for cyanide. The faint almond scent is unmistakable.
Let's see. Okay.
Go away, or I will tear your lips from your skull with my fingernails.
Miss,
I like her already.
I'll gouge your eyes out and cut off your hands, just like you did to Heidi.
I am quite certain you would, but I'm afraid you have me mistaken for someone else. So, I take it your name is Gerda. Who is Heidi?
You talk strange. You're going to Hell's Door, aren't you? To where those other funny talkers finally shut up?
Hell's Door? To what do you refer?
Only Heidi had answers. Go away, pig!
I merely...
I said go, or you will spend your last moments on Earth screaming. This door won't stop me.
Gerda, you say?
They
Ma'am?
took you away, and I'll never forgive them. Why did they hurt you, Heidi? I wish I could hear your voice again. They'll regret what they did to you, Heidi. I promise. They'll regret what they did to you, Heidi. I promise.
He's got the vapors again. Ooh, oh lordy. Alright, so we have another pinning here. We need... That's Lucy, Hannah. I don't think we have all of what we need yet. All Gerda could talk about is Heidi. Heidi went through unimaginable torture. Her eyes and arms were torn off. Great. Lovely. Multiple murders at Black Edelweiss. Killer has distinctive feature, as in a knowledge of medicines. Okie dokie. Alright, so we have more information to look for. Oh. Restricted area, you say? I like restricted areas. But we're looking for more stuff. Now this place looks like it might be familiar. Let's check the first little frog. Ah. Dried bloody handprint.
His left hand to kill Hannah with a brick.
He used his left hand to kill Hannah with a brick. Fair enough. Alright. And then we also are looking for this little froggy. Went to market. Frogs can't wash. Frog was dirty and rotten. Put the frog in water. Lucy swims in a bath. Laundry becomes the end of her path. I mean, we'll pin it, but I don't think we're anywhere near laundry at the moment. Okay, I'm gonna save, because it's been a little bit. And... no, I literally can't go that way. Okay, got it. So all the ways that have dudes, I definitely can't go. So my only option then is the restricted area, which is not that one, which is this way. Bonk. Let's unpin that for the moment. Hey, we found the laundry. Let's repin that. Frogs cannot dream, and I surely can. That is the difference between a frog and a man. Frog's dreaming is seedless, there is nothing to reap. So I woke the third frog from his meaningless sleep. A man counts sheep, and Peter Tilachek has seen 0. In holding chamber lies, smothered by pillow. The third frog dies in the walls of Black Edelweiss. See. There we go. Hot water, about 3 feet deep.
The killer was strong enough and the bathtub deep enough to drown poor Lucy.
So, I get the place with the blood brick. Like, that's a very obvious murder done here. But this is just This is just a bucket of hot water. How does one look at a bucket of hot water and know immediately that someone was murdered inside, unless there's a corpse still in there? That is too much deduction for my tastes. Oh, good God. Hi. Creepy doll.
Good lord, how unsettling. The damage seems intentional.
So this is Heidi. Oh no.
So you're Heidi. I didn't realize I was on Haunted Doll Watch.
Found Heidi. Alright. Can we just put the haunted doll straight into the fire? Like, that feels like the only reasonable course of action here.
Fabric burnt in the furnace.
Yup. That is correct, sir.
A jalabia, a traditional garment from northern Africa.
So they're burning people's clothing.
The garments of several dozen people at least.
Okay, okay. So we have found another little frog to find. So probably back in that other area. We have found physically strong and left-handed as his various traits. We also found Heidi. So let's go talk to Gerda about Heidi.
I will make them pay for what they did to Heidi.
I found her. You want her in this condition, or should I fix her up first?
I believe I have found your friend.
Heidi! Oh, poor girl. What did they do to you? Shh. It's all right now. Everything will be all right.
Please, Gerda, now I have found Heidi, I need some help from you in return.
Shh, Heidi. We should thank the man, don't you think?
You're welcome. Do you know Professor Becker?
Have you ever met Professor Becker?
I remember him. He was in charge here before that witch Gygax. But I haven't heard his voice for a long time. Too bad. He was nice.
Welcome back, Kinder. And Iron Ninja, you come in asking about depressing puppet shows as this lady is cuddling and coddling her puppet slash doll that had been mutilated. What do you know of Gygax? Why are you here, by the way?
How did you end up in Block B?
The nurses say I'm prone to violent outbursts, but they're wrong. I just do what Heidi tells me.
Fair point.
Professor Gygax seems to rule this facility with an iron fist. Do you know anything about her?
She's sick. She did nasty things to us. Separated me and Heidi just for fun. Before she got here, this place was all right.
What happened to the foreign patients?
Tell me all you know about those funny-talking people.
We'd hear their screams. The guards would take them down the corridor behind you and they'd disappear. And the screams would stop.
That sounds bad.
I shall leave you two to get reacquainted.
Okay, so we need to pin the third little frog and see if we can find the evidence of it. I don't know exactly where it will be, but it might be in this corridor somewhere. No, it does not appear to be in this corridor anywhere. Okay. Alright, let us then continue this away. So this is something relating to sleep. So someone's bed chambers, I suppose. Like this one. Scribbled in Georgian. Okay, so this is not related to my current clues. This is just the various people who were foreigners who have been brought here over time. Something sticking out. I have it.
An Orthodox reliquary commonly found in Eastern Europe, now in a cell halfway up the Alps.
Indeed. Medical evaluations. N4, young adult, Dutch, weak-minded subject eager to follow orders for perceived rewards. Strong build, dosed with 0.4 milligrams. N5, adult, male, Romanian, subject remained violent, requiring the need for traditional sedatives. Once calm, the dosage for the subject was 0.2 milligrams. N6, young adult, male, Ainu. I don't know where Ainu is, or what nationality that is. Language incomprehensible. Subject is thus assumed mad. Subject possesses a lighter, more agile frame, and a much smaller dosage was required. N7, we have our Maori, young adult, language incomprehensible. Subject is thus assumed mad. Subject was large and required an above-average dosage, 0.8 milligrams. I find this fascinating because at some point in distant human past, if the language was incomprehensible, they were assumed to be dumb or crazy. So, like, these were intelligent people. Like, the Londoners, the Brits, the Europeans in general were not dumb people. Like, they understood that other cultures existed in the world. They couldn't have possibly imagined that someone speaking another language was mad, right? Like, that's not right. Pretty sure. The Ainu are an indigenous ethnic group who resided in northern Japan. It's good to know. I'm actually not familiar with indigenous groups in Japan. That's not any information I have ever really had before. Maori, yada yada. Summary. All subjects in good condition showing signs of obedience regardless of race or native language. They must move on for further testing. I mean, he could have been blabbering gibberish, but he was a Maori individual who was strong-willed and hard-working. So we know him to be relatively competent. So here's more of the drug.
So this is how they kept the prisoners docile and harmless.
Because the Maori is the one that we're looking for specifically. Okay, so we got more stuff. What's this? Blood. Hit from above. Okay. Discoloration, strong chlorine
was
smell.
disinfected frequently.
Okay, so discoloration, strong chlorine smell, blood hit from above, and foreigners in their cells, basically. So what do we have to understand here? Doctor, wheeling person. Doctor or nurse truncheoning various people. And doctor walking various people. I'm gonna kind of lean towards the gurney, but at the same time they also did hint that most of the people that they worked with were docile and semi-cooperative. Oh, we found the second little frog. Frogs cannot choose, and I surely can. That is the difference between a frog and a man. Second little frog gave up to its fate, which I chose for her and served on a plate. Abigail Immerziel bleeding almost a full tank. Near the examination room, she lies with a shank. Second little frog dies on the walls of Black Edelweiss. Examination room. So that would be back where we started. Or not where we started, but quite a ways back.
These are the same crates we found in London. I should take a closer look.
You should. You should indeed. Okay, another one of the same pendants.
This is the same design as the one from London. The kidnappers even provided airflow. How generous.
How generous indeed.
Dirt and sweat. They were locked in here for days, judging by the smell.
Gross.
I doubt that one could survive such a journey with this little water. This trip was prolonged and perilous.
So they literally just stuffed people in a box and shipped them long distance overseas. That sounds horrid. That sounds absolutely atrocious. Yep. More bloody scratches and broken nails inside the coffins, basically.
A bottle this sturdy doesn't break by accident. Substantial blood loss. One poor soul found another way out.
I see. One person did not like their journey in the box and decided that that was enough. Okay, so we have everything we need for this one. Okay, so people pulled out of boxes, gurneyed, etc. I'm sorry, hold up. What's the difference between this one? Man standing over person in box with hammer. And gurney. Versus the exact same scene. Except for this guy is up and awake. And they're showing this guy getting up out of the box on his own. Well, that certainly didn't happen. I am probably... I don't know, I'm thinking... this one? I don't know, I think what they're trying to get at is both of the people in these boxes did not survive. Because that one had almost no water, and that one decided to take matters into his own hands. So I'm going to assume both of those didn't survive, based on the descriptions that they gave me. Okay. Is this open?
The doors can be opened for deliveries.
But not by me. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go look for frogs. So we need to go back to... I'm not sure about this one. Man counting sheep. Not sleeping in a holding chamber. Smothered by a pillow. I don't know exactly where that one is. But... I do believe the examination room is one that I can accomplish. By going back this way. That's the storage room. Examination room. It's possible the holding room is this one. Yes, where I was in. Nail scratches,
Petter gouged
bloodstains.
at the wall, fighting for his life. Odds are he left scars on the killer too.
Oh, killer might have scars from a less than stellar kill. Okay. And then the fifth one should be right up here. Let me change up which one we're pinning. Huh. says near the examination room she lies with a shank. So maybe we just start here and walk backwards and see if we can find where she is lying with a shank. Okay, never mind. Limping on the right
was
leg.
limping, but Abigail couldn't escape. Well, it's clear that it was a multiple murderer. I'll send the profile to the police after we finish here.
Okay. The subject feels superior to other humans and asserts himself at the expense of his victims. He calls them little frogs, likely seeing himself as a kind of scientist who prepares his subjects. Odds are he is meticulous, taking a long time to plan and prepare for each murder. Judging by the location of the crime scenes, the killer is or was an employee of Black Edelweiss. Alright. We have successfully investigated the frogs. Okay, so we have something macabre is going on in this asylum, and every little detail will help in understanding it. The abducted foreigners were kept in cells. They might already be gone, but the traces they leave behind leave no doubt that they were here. An array of wooden crates are stored in Block B. They bear a striking resemblance to the ones found in London. N4, N5, N6, and 7. Let's just keep that one pinned for the moment. Okay. So let's go back to where we were. Now that we have solved the long ago murder. Can't go those directions because there's people. And even though I have a disguise, my disguise is not quite that good. I am not Agent 47. I can't get away with being bald and inconspicuous. Okay, so in here we have 3 things, and I don't remember seeing 3 things. So we've got... there was a third thing over there I didn't see. All right, so we got people being wheeled this way. Now, it's also possible that they were being led as docile as they could be. They could also have been truncheoned into place. It's hard to say for sure. But they probably weren't wheeled in, because they were talking about the people being coherent in some fashion or another. We've got people who did not make it out alive. And then over here... we have prison cart full of people who are being let in. Or we have cart full of boxes being brought in. I mean, that's clearly the path that they were taking. So what I kind of want to think over here is that they were opening and sorting. So we have the one who died, clearly. Now, they did talk about this one potentially not having enough water for the trip. However, there's no other signs of not surviving in there, to my knowledge. So let's assume that they were opening the crates and figuring out which ones survived the journey. And this one made it. That one absolutely did not. So we got boxes, unloading the boxes, and then the ones who were alive were either walked in or they were truncheoned in. That's wheeled in. This is truncheoned in. I'm not honestly sure, but that makes sense. Blood hit from above. So I think that lines up with our clue that we've got there. Let's go with that. Let's validate that. See how that goes.
The carriages were backed through these doors, and they began to unload their cargo in secret. Next, the crates were opened, freeing their passengers. Not everyone survived the journey. The dirty, exhausted, and dehydrated prisoners were then herded into cells. But All the cells are now empty, and I have not located a morgue. Time to find Hell's Door.
I'm assuming I did that correctly. Probably, maybe. Oh, we have scratches.
Scratches. Something has been moved through here. This seems to be a locking mechanism. The whole thing must be a door.
I think we found the thing. Can I just push it? Push it real good? Alright, there must be a secret passage somewhere near the rear entrance. Yeah. 'Tis welded shut. I see. Okay, what do we have for clues? Full investigation, foreigners taken, yada yada yada, keyhole. Okay, so this is a conversation clue. So it's very possible that we need to actually talk to someone. So let's talk to the only two people that have been coherent so far. And that is Gerda and Napoleon.
I will make them pay for what they did to Heidi.
How do we open the door?
I found Hell's Door, the one that made the foreigners silent, remember? How do I open it? Gerda, please, I cannot get inside. You have to tell me how to open it.
How can you speak to me like nothing's wrong? Can't you hear Heidi crying? Look at her! Look! She's suffering. I can't even hear my thoughts over her screams. Poor Heidi. We will fix you. I promise. We will fix you!
Leave it with me, Gerda.
I apparently have to now fix Heidi. I have just acquired Heidi, and I need to fix her before Gerda is going to be placated enough to talk to me. Alright, cool. Hello, Gila. Get, okay. I was gonna pet him, but he flopped again. Now, let's go just talk to Napoleon. I just want to see if Napoleon has anything useful to say. Because he's the only other person in this crazy bat house that has spoken to me. Even if not nicely. Oops. Sir?
My comrades in Paris shall hear about this.
You do that, bud. Okay. Alright, so how do I go about fixing Heidi? All Gerda could talk about is Heidi. Heidi went through unimaginable torture. Her eyes and arms were torn off. There's a doll named Heidi in the laundry room. It is in a horrible state. Gerda got her doll back. She continues to maintain that only Heidi knows everything. There won't be any answers until she is repaired. That will require 2 buttons, thread, glue, nails. Okay. So very recently, iSucks, in the last couple days, Twitch has stopped allowing their messages actually through, so they actually put in some filtering in place, and that is making them show as hidden and restricted on my side before anyone else can see them. So yes, I'm assuming whatever the auto mod thing is kicking in. But that's only started happening in the last couple days. Previously they were coming through just fine. So we need buttons, glue, thread, and nails. And I don't know exactly where to start with that, but I would assume the storage area would be a good start. Storage area has nothing. Cool. The laundry had... clothing, obviously. I remember the buttons being torn off, but those were in that underground cult area. But we'll see if the laundry here has buttons. You have buttons? I mean, that is certainly one way to handle it, Pine. I have noticed, though, from my experience, that some people will not follow unless they get a chance to interact with the streamer first. So they want to talk and make sure that they are going to be heard before they follow. So I don't want to turn that one on, unfortunately.
The stamp on this crate confirms it came from America. That's quite a distance to travel.
Indeed. I was expecting a little more information from you, bud. Okay, so, I mean, we know where the secret entrance is, but we still don't know how to get into the secret entrance. And to do that, we need Gerda's cooperation, and to do that, we need to fix Gerda. It's possible that this is one of those points where I need to use my mind palace to get more information. I was kind of hoping to just find supplies laying around now that we know we need them. But let's check out the mind palace. Or I need to pin it first. That's also possible. Let's pin it first. Yeah, there we go. One of those situations where you can't get information until you have pinned the clue to let the game know what you're looking for. Alright, let's see what else we can find. So we got 2 bits. We got the buttons and the thread. Now we need to find the glue and the nails. I don't know exactly where that would be. But let's go back into that storage room now that I have remembered to pin the thing. Yes, we also do need a constant source of supercooling for the superconductivity. That is also important. But yes, I would suggest we get R&D on that stat. That feels like an important advancement. Ah, there we go. Slightly rusted. Nope. Nope. Slightly rusted nails. Thank you. And the construction adhesive. Thank you. Alright, so how do we piece together the doll? Interesting. Let's go talk to her then. And see if having the parts is enough. No, that doesn't quite seem fitting, does it, Pine?
Will this help fix your friend?
Give it to me.
How is she feeling?
Everything will be all right, Heidi.
Oh, Jesus.
Everything.
Gerda, I have a couple of questions.
Yes, I...
Shut your dirty little mouth, Gerda. You've said enough already.
She won't speak no more.
Now it's only Heidi. You helped me, and I didn't cut out your eyes. So we're even. Now go!
That took a turn I was not expecting. Alright.
Heidi, there are things I need some clarity on.
Ask if you dare, but if I get bored, there will be consequences.
Thanks. Thanks, doll. Creepy shit. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright.
Okay. So, what should Heidi talk about? Black Edelweiss secrets, something macabre going on in this asylum. Block A patients, Becker, photograph, Gerda's testimony. Patient named Gerda, Hell's Door. So let's talk about Gerda and the door.
You bore us. Look, Gerda, the man is insane. The professor would treat him like she treated us.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, God. I don't like that at all. I don't like that in the least.
Heidi, there are things I...
Ask if...
Okay. Tell me about, tell me about the investigation of Edelweiss.
I found Hell's Door, but it's locked. Is there a way to get in?
Hell's Door? Never heard of it.
Okay. Did Gerda mention the door before? She did indeed. Gerda's testimony.
That's not true. You, Gerda, told me that Hell's Door makes people silent forever.
And you believe that snotty little girl? I'll personally ensure that she never dares to speak again!
Right. Why does Heidi keep everything a secret? Right. My session with Gerda ended before it even began. Poor thing was so terrified she refused to talk and started to destroy everything in the room rather than let me approach her. What you did to Gerda will not and cannot happen again. Barbaric practices, yada yada. Don't disappoint me again.
Professor Gygax hurt you repeatedly, scarred your body and mind. You are not protecting Hell's Door. You are simply afraid of the consequences were I to enter.
I could tap your teeth out with a hammer until you choked on the blood in bits.
You could.
You could
But then
do
you would
that,
live
sure.
the rest of your life in fear of Professor Gygax. I can make that feeling go away.
How?
I can stop her. But the key, Heidi, the key to Hell's Door is critical to stopping Professor Gygax. And I think you know where it is.
Tell him! But you said... And now I say tell him! The professor... She has a special key. Keeps it close and only brings it down when new people go through. Behind those closed doors, those people start to sing. Oh, they sing in so much pain.
Gygax. Of course. Thank you, Gerda. Heidi. I must leave.
Leave? You joke. Nobody leaves the Edelweiss. Now you will be with us forever!
Jesus Christ. Alright, now that this game has turned to full creep mode, it's freaking fantastic, and I want nothing more to do with it. Alright, so, we need, to do a thing. How to get the key to Hell's Door. So this is probably going to be a few guesses, but we shall see. We need a green. Heidi's testimony about Hell's Door. And if we read that, this is... Gygax is the only person capable of opening the door. She has a key in her office. Okay, so that's the one we need. And that, yep. Let's do a save. Kinder said save, and that's a good plan. Let's do a new save, sure. Okay. Back to the guessing game. So we've got Heidi's testimony about Hell's Door, and then we need 2 pieces of observation. So we have Black Edelweiss secrets, something going on, abducted foreigners were kept in cells, crates, etc. So that one's probably useful. Blocked path upstairs, no. Patients hate the guards, that's just standard practice. Dumbwaiter, Watson, and investigating Edelweiss. Kind of more of the full overall picture, including the wall, the keyhole wall thing. Okay, so let's do Edelweiss secrets and the investigating. Nope. Okay. Patient in block A who believes Napoleon Bonaparte. Okay. Let's see if maybe we can use the Napoleon character to figure it out. And then the dumbwaiter somehow. Dumbwaiter is involved. All right. Blocked path upstairs, perhaps. Nope. Watson. Apparently Watson's the key. Okay. Watson must be in the guest room that is beside Gygax's office. Perhaps he could acquire the key and use the kitchen dumbwaiter to deliver it down to the storage room. If they switch me over to Watson, he's supposed to know that information. We have a hydration requirement? So what I'm noticing about this is that they are supposedly giving me extra points, whatever that means, for guessing these correctly the first time around. However, much like a lot of what I've seen in, a traditional 2D point-and-click adventure, a lot of the clues that you've got and the connections that you're supposed to make are so backwardly obscure that you're never going to get it right the first time around, other than sheer chance, because there is no logical connection to a lot of these assumptions other than what's inside of Holmes's mind palace that we don't actually have any visibility to. So I am not going to be too bothered by the fact that we have to just keep spam guessing these. How do we get Watson to help? Seeking help from Watson. Watson must be in the guest, yada yada. Patients hate the guards, so we could cause a kerfuffle, perhaps. And the blocked path is related somehow? Hooray! Use the patient to create a diversion. So that was my first guess on the previous one, where I said we could use the patient to create a diversion. I was expecting that patient creating a diversion would cause Gygax to come downstairs, and then we'd, like, I don't know, mug her for her key or something. But, that's fine. The patient who claims to be Napoleon could help. Freeing him could create enough of a distraction to find and contact Watson on the ground floor. Hooray. Great. So now we're going to go back to Napoleon. Make Gygax roll a d20 to notice the pickpocketing attempt. Yo. Oh boy. Alright, so we've got a 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4. Am I going to remember that? No. 2, 3, 1. 3, 2, 4. Damn. I was off on 2 of them. So that one needs to go up 1, and that one needs to go down 1. There we go. Thanks, Kinder. I just got the achievement for picking every lock. As in, there are no more locks to pick throughout this entire game? Question mark? Okay. Yes? I wasn't aware I was departing the location by opening a jail cell, but let's see. Do we have everything we need? We solved the frog puzzle. We fixed up Heidi, probably much to my dismay. I don't think we have anything else to accomplish here. So yeah, let's do it.
At last, you came to your senses.
My humble apologies, Emperor.
Spare me your groveling, Englishman.
Of course, you are right as ever, for you see, time is of the essence. The royalists have risen again, and your darling Josephine needs you. Paris needs you.
Mon amour.
But the guards upstairs in reception stand in your way.
Ha! They will pose no problem for the likes of me. Merci, Englishman. When I return to Les Tuileries, I shall make you a general.
Oh, you are too kind, Emperor. Now go. Your freedom awaits.
I am coming, Josephine.
That shit-eating grin of yeah, got it.
Psst. Watson, over here.
Holmes? What are you doing here, and where did you get that outfit?
It is unimportant. I require your assistance.
You hid your plans from me.
Well, that is rich, because clearly it was unimportant to tell me what you were planning beforehand. Amos Colby?
Your naivety was essential to sell the disguise.
Actually, it wasn't. You should have trusted me.
Watson, we can discuss this later. Time is of the utmost importance. The kidnapped people may still be here. This is what I know so far.
What? You really found all this on your own?
Focus, Watson. I need you to find a key. It will be most unique. All the details are in my notes. Logic dictates that Gygax will keep it near her. Once acquired, you must get it to me. Perhaps the kitchen dumbwaiter could be of use.
Holmes, I can't do this. I'm no spy.
Yes, you can, Watson. You are unfailingly dependable.
I'm not a spy, I'm a doctor.
Dr. Watson, visitors are not permitted back here.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Kuntz. After the war, my nerves, I fled all that commotion.
It is nothing. A patient attempted to escape. He will not get far. Now, if you would like to follow me.
Oh dear, I seem to have spotted a Kuntz. I bet there's like one person who might get that reference, and that's a stretch. Alright, what do we got?
Blood in the water. Someone must have washed their hands here recently. What have we got ourselves into, Holmes? The only reason to hang something this harrowing here would be to create another patient.
You know, they keep commenting on the paintings being these absolutely horrible, mind-bending things. But they don't look that bad. They never have. Okay. So our dear Watson here does not have the imagination skill, but he does have the detect things to look at skill. Oh God, Heidi.
Did a child make these?
Dude, that's a great way to pick up a gun. What's this then?
Perhaps I should take this. For all I hope it won't be needed.
Not the quote, or not the reference I was thinking of, the one, but valid nonetheless. Ah, this place is fantastic. Definitely old world castle-y vibes. Okay, so we need to go into the director's office, but I do also want to explore elsewhere. Hello, everyone. How are you today?
A visitor? No, you shouldn't have come here. Get out while you can. If you linger too long, the professor will keep you forever. No one escapes the Edelweiss. No one. No one escapes the Edelweiss. No one.
Great. They've got a random bird cage in the middle. Presumably for watching birds.
Minor birds, if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful creatures. Sad that they're caged here.
Give it to me. No, I don't want to. Why not? You're mean. That's rude, and I'm not. You're lying. Shh, stranger. You must be quiet. Yes. He's not real. He's not real. Don't look at him. He's not real. He's not real. Don't look at him.
Did you see my son? He's such a sweet boy. If you happen to meet him, tell him I'm here. My baby will return to me, you'll see. I'll be waiting right here as long as it takes. We'll leave this place as soon as my boy's back. We'll leave this place as soon as my boy's back.
Sorry. Sorry.
I want them to fly. Try to fly away. Escape, my little ones. Yes, fly. Oh, fly far away from here. If I were a bird, you wouldn't see me waddling around. Use your wings. If I were a bird,
Oh, he's
you
got the
wouldn't
vapors
see me
too.
waddling around. Use your wings.
How are you doing?
Miss?
Are you alright?
Too bad my parents had to leave so soon. I haven't seen them for months. When people shout, all I want to do is find a dark corner and hide. I can't bear it. Professor Gygax says I can return home as soon as I'm better. I miss home so much.
Narrator. And that was a lie.
I miss home so much.
I hear them scratching. Don't you hear it? The nurses don't believe me. No one helps me. I just want the scratching to stop. Why won't they make the scratching stop? Why won't they make the scratching stop?
It's a valid question. Okay, so we, yup, this place is great. So this is the guest room, so where we just exited from, okay. This direction is the entry, okay. Administration.
Photograph seems recent. A commemorative photo album. Been a while since I've been in one of these.
Okay. Gygax's patient reports, October 1879. As more serious treatment is necessary, my special patient Wolf will be transferred to patient room 2 on the ground floor. All other patients will be removed from my schedule and reassigned to other specialists in the institute. This patient's mental state requires constant monitoring and immediate intervention to avoid undesirable consequences. December. The necessary surgical procedures were successfully performed. Physical recovery is still in progress. Memory loss is increasing, but still not complete. A new obsession with writing has developed, probably as a side effect. January. The patient's writing now mentions old names, clear sign of partial memory recovery. Unacceptable result. A second surgery is required, targeting both the frontal and the temporal lobes. February. Surgery went well. The patient's memory does not persist for longer than a couple minutes, although an obsession with writing lingers. Danger eliminated. Daily monitoring prescribed. That's concerning.
Good lord, that's a lot of records.
Alright, anything else in here? No. You, ma'am.
I hope you're finding your room comfortable, Dr. Watson. Professor Gygax will have much to tell you. Try to get some rest. It's nice to have you here. We don't get many visitors. It's nice to have you here. We don't get many visitors.
There are a lot of really good voice actors in this. Well-spoken and full of emotion. Full of nuance, if you will. Alright, so let's see if this guy has anything to say. Mr. Truncheon Man.
I don't want to guard Block B tonight. One of the patients there whispers to me all the time. He tells me such horrible things. I should resign, shouldn't I? This is all a bit much. I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to be a dancer.
Alright. Well, you should follow your dreams there. Patient room 2. Alright, we'll go there in a sec. You!
This area is off limits. A patient has escaped. No one is allowed in or out. Professor Gygax's orders. I can't let you through. Only Edelweiss staff may enter. There is a patient on the loose. It would be best to stay in the courtyard. There is a patient on the loose. It would be best to stay in the courtyard.
Oh, hi.
I'm struggling to remember something. It's something familiar. If only I could place it. I must think. Maybe if I write another poem, I will remember. Why does my mind play such tricks on me?
Because you've been cut into thoroughly, sir.
Why does my mind play such tricks on me?
Alright. He already forgot I said that. Patience, poetry. O beautiful alpine flower, whose heart I do miss so, you call to me while I don't see. How could I let you go? The storm cuts through my senses, makes all my thoughts so blind. With no captain, I miss reason. What did they truly find? Cold and dark with grimy walls, roughly held like animals, trapped yet free, why do I fall? Something squirms on the tip of the tongue, but what can it be? What did I forget? I feel like that's a reference to something, but I don't know what.
Why does my mind play such tricks on me?
This is the kitchen.
Did you hear that a patient escaped? All the guards rushed off to find him. I suppose it will be one less ungrateful mouth to feed if he dies out there.
Wow.
One time, it took them 5 days to find the patient. They found him frozen in the snow. I heard his arm snapped right off. If anything else goes wrong tonight, we'll be all out of stuff. If anything else
She
goes
seems
wrong tonight,
unconcerned for patient
we'll
safety.
be all out of stuff.
Then again, she's kitchen staff. She shouldn't need to worry about patient safety. We have a glistening red slop in the cauldron. Lovely.
Looks dusty but functional.
Okay.
Oh, we never use that. I think it connects somewhere downstairs.
It does indeed. Alright, so this, I think we're back to the director's room.
Ah, Dr. Watson. Just the man I wanted to see.
Professor, I'm surprised you're not trying to catch that escapee.
Please, my time is not too
Escape.
valuable. I hope Nurse Kuntz has been taking good care of you.
He has certainly kept me out of trouble.
Professor, it is time for your appointment with your next patient, Mr. Wolf.
Herr Wolf can wait until tomorrow. I wish to speak with Dr. Watson.
As you wish.
You still see patients yourself, even as the director of this entire facility?
Only the important ones. And yet I rarely get to pick the brain of a man like yourself. I think it is time we got to know each other, no?
I'm afraid there's not much to know. I'm just an average chap living a rather prosaic life these days.
Dr. Watson, those of us who pursue knowledge are anything but average. Now, who are you?
I am a doctor.
I'm a physician in search of a stimulating career. I have patients, yes, but admittedly, I'm more interested in the cutting edge of medical research. So when I read about the Black Edelweiss and your work on the healing of minds, I simply had to learn more.
I suppose my Edelweiss was always destined to attract other curious minds. But before we continue, I want you to understand one thing. A broken mind can never be truly healed.
Ah, I see. So, what exactly do you do here?
It is simple. If you cannot fix a person's nature, you must force them to forget it.
Surely there are other methods of treatment.
How naive. You remind me of a man I once knew, Professor Becker. But we do not speak of him anymore.
A colleague?
The former director here. One day he realized that Edelweiss had outgrown him and had to already, Doctor?
Just admiring your office?
I was simply admiring your office, Professor. Apologies.
While I am pleased you appreciate its practicality and appearance, we were discussing bigger things. Was my conversation boring you?
No, not at all.
Yes.
I merely...
No, I mean...
No, I understand full well. You're not seeking conversation.
What do you mean?
It is obvious. Your mind craves truth, but not in this form. You must witness a practical demonstration if you are to learn.
I'm certainly intrigued. Would that be possible?
Of course. I propose a journey between the jury of the human brain. You will not leave without being truly enlightened. Kunz, take Dr. Watson back to the courtyard. Then tell the nurses to prepare the operation room and the girl with the doll.
Yes, Professor.
Our preparations will take a little time. I will come for you soon, Doctor.
Not Gerda and Heidi again. That's gonna be terrifying. Alright, so what do we got going on here? Must acquire a key. The patient record. Poetry. Gygax's testimony. She does not intend to leave her office anytime soon. Okay. Wolf is an important patient to Gygax. Alright. Cannot change clothes here. Okay. Bunk, bunk, bunk.
I hope everything is to your liking, Dr. Watson. We rarely have visitors here. I wonder how Edelweiss compares to your clinics in England. Feel free to explore the courtyard, Dr. Watson. I'm sure it will enlighten you.
I'm sure it will. That is an interesting word you have there, Iron Ninja. I will not be able to pronounce that, but I appreciate the translation. You. Hi.
You are Mr. Wolf, am I right?
Oh, hello. Who might you be?
Oh, hello.
My name is Dr. John Watson. I wanted to talk with you, if you didn't mind.
Ah, Doctor. I don't suppose you could help. I seem to have forgotten where I am.
We're in the Black Edelweiss, Mr. Wolf. It's an asylum in Switzerland, and you are one of its most important patients.
But why am I here?
That's what I was about to ask you.
I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember anything.
It's all right. You don't need to push. Try to relax. Let the thoughts come and go. Now, what comes to mind? Mr. Wolf?
Oh, hello. Who might you be?
Oh dear.
We just went over this.
I'm sorry, but I don't think we've met.
We were just discussing this facility, the Black Edelweiss Asylum, and why you are here.
That name does sound familiar.
Holmes, the things I do for you.
Excuse me, who are you? And who's this Holmes fellow?
I am Dr. Watson, and Holmes is, well, you could call him my imaginary friend. That's just a little joke, don't mind me.
But why am I here, Doctor? Am I sick?
I'm sure I can take a look.
It is time for some observation to find out what makes this man tick and who he might be. Severe chemical burns faded with age. One side of his face is paralyzed. He has multiple scars in his head. And he has possible abuse of medicine. Okay, good luck, have fun, kinder. Oh, he very much got lobotomized. That was in the doctor notes, very much. Okay, an adult male with 2 deep surgical scars on the side of his head and an old chemical burn on one of his hands. Mr. Wolf has some paralysis of his facial muscles, most likely the result of brain surgeries. Blue-gray pigmentation spots on his skin are likely due to the overuse of medications containing silver nitrate. It appears that his illness is as a direct result of the treatment he has received here at the Black Edelweiss. Ill due to treatment itself, or ill and treatment isn't working. Yada yada yada. I'm going to assume he is ill due to the treatment itself, because very clearly he has not been treated well. I am a little bit curious what they've been trying to make him forget, because clearly the doctor's notes basically said, he keeps remembering things, we got to stop that from happening. So I'm very curious. Now, I do wonder if this is not Wolf, but Becker. That makes me like if this were Becker, and this is how Gygax took control of the facility by locking this guy up and frying his brain. I feel like I wouldn't put that past Gygax. There hasn't been any indication of that. Like, we don't have any proof, but I feel like that might be a thing. So we're going to assume that he is ill due to the treatment itself, and he is not here for legitimate reasons.
Dear Lord, what did Gygax do to you?
Excuse me? Who are you?
Oh,
perfect.
Never mind.
Excuse me, who are you?
Excuse me, who are you?
I don't know why I
Something
keep
discussing.
doing this, expecting something different.
Give me a second, perhaps the thought will return. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I know it was important. I've lost my train of thought. Perhaps writing would get me back on track. I've lost my train of thought. Perhaps writing would get me back on track.
Is it really a homemade lobotomy, though, if the lobotomy was done in a medical facility? I feel like that's a professional lobotomy at that point. Okay, so we are supposed to be acquiring a key. No, let's just pin this for the moment.
I wanted to be a dancer.
Alright, so we've already talked
I miss him so much.
to all of these people. No, this is a lady Gygax. You know, fine purveyor of dungeons and dementia. Okay, visitor from space, glowing meteor, lands in Arkham. Oh no. That's not, there we go, okay. Okay. Yo.
It's nice
Okay.
to have you here. We don't get many visitors.
Can't go to the examination room. Probably can't leave, probably shouldn't leave.
I can't just leave Holmes here alone.
Yeah, okay. So what are we looking for? What exactly are we looking for? Birds.
Minor birds, if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful creatures. Sad that they're caged here.
Oh, Isaacs, you should know by now that we're talking about the Lovecraft Arkham and not the Batman Arkham. What are we looking for? Let's take a peek. We probably need to deduce something. How to lure Gygax out of her office, and why does Gygax care about Wolf? I don't think we have enough... Do we have enough information on that? We have a note from Becker. Ah, Becker's the one who suffered serious chemical burns on his hand. I was right. Maybe my subconscious was remembering the Becker clues. Okay, so we have Becker, chemical burns. Yeah, okay. We have items. Patient's poetry. Storm cuts through my senses, makes my thoughts so blind. Beautiful alpine flower. I think that is referring to... Okay, so the alpine flower is a clue. Because if we go back to here, must acquire a key for me. Odds are it's a round item about 2 inches in diameter with the image of the Edelweiss flower. I don't remember where the Edelweiss flower came from, but it's been mentioned. I don't know if that's like a locational clue that hasn't been made obvious to me. I don't remember anything about an Edelweiss flower being mentioned until that key was mentioned. But is there like... I'm trying to understand the clues, not just spam click willy-nilly, but where's the flower from? I have no idea. I'm assuming we would have gotten that information from somewhere. Maybe the introduction to the building that I didn't notice. Maybe this is a clue with these flowers. I don't know. But the Edelweiss flower seems to be like the symbol of the facility that I'm not clear on. So we've got Patient's poetry, which is mentioning the alpine flower, what he misses it. His brain's been muddled with this statement. Basically asking why is he trapped like animals in this place, and he can't remember what he's talking about. So I think this is probably it, but it could also be Gygax's patient reports, mentioning Patient Wolf and fucking him up. So this kind of goes back to my complaint about the Mind Palace and not really knowing which one is the right answer, because it could be either of these as the clue to our problems. But let's go with the Patient's poetry. It does say, why does Gygax care about wolves? So let's go with Gygax's patient reports. And then items, and then here. So we've got observations, a very important patient. But we also have character portrait, Patient Wolf. So both of these could theoretically play into it too. Wolf is important. Okay, well, that's less useful. This says Wolf is important, and we're trying to figure out why Wolf is important. So over here, adult male, information, yada yada. Okay, black Edelweiss secrets. Patient hates guards. No, let's go with this one. Hey, we got it. Wolf is the former director of Edelweiss. Interesting. Interesting. How to lure Gygax out of her office. So we need an observation and 2 documents. So we've got the patient's poetry. We do have photographs. So this is Professor Gygax and the Edelweiss staff of 1879. But this is the old photograph showing Becker. So this is probably one of our pieces of evidence to show that Becker is Wolf. We also have Gygax's testimony, which is less relevant. Patient reports. This is about Wolf, so that's probably it. What else do we got? We have the patient's poetry. But I suspect this one is more relevant. And then what observations do we have that can work? To lure her out of her office. We have the very important patient. That's it. We also have the portrait of the patient himself. So it's going to be one of these two, that he's either an important patient or the portrait of the patient. Hey, look, it's bot number 5. 4. Bot number 4. Let's go with the character portrait, because we had to investigate him thoroughly to get this information. No. Okay. Very impatient portent. And then the poetry. Use Becker to distract Gygax. If Becker can still write, perhaps he can get Gygax's attention with a letter. Interesting. Very impatient, potent. Patient named Gerda has informed me that Gygax will keep it closed. I suggest investigating her office. So let's go talk to Wolf and see if Wolf will get me where I need to be. Now, I've been noticing that little pop-up. A little pop-up on the side that mentions what appears to be skill points or something like that. And it's related directly to how well I'm doing. And it keeps saying, find bonus things. I don't know where these bonus things are. They might be in the main menu. Nope, that's my room. Let me go this way. Nope. Yep. Hi.
Hello again. You won't remember me, but we've met before. I am Dr. John Watson, and you are Professor Becker. You were the previous director of this facility, the Black Edelweiss.
Professor, really? Actually, that name does sound familiar. Wait. Let me write it down. I try to recall memories through writing, but they always feel just out of reach.
As a matter of fact, I have more for you to jot down.
Oh, yes. Yes, please, anything.
Professor Gygax did this to you. She made you forget everything, even who you are. But we will play a trick on her. We will write a letter so that she learns her lesson. Put down what I dictate.
She is cruel.
Dear Professor Gygax, your vile work has ruined countless lives through needless suffering. Your methods serve nothing but to show your own sick emotional state.
You will be caught.
You will be brought to justice, and the world will know your cruelty.
We might
And
be
by the time
putting
you make it
Becker to the
cell,
knife.
The police will already know
with
the
this.
truth of how you came to be director of this asylum. Signed, Professor Becker.
There. It's done. Now, hold on a minute. Who are you?
My name is John Watson. I'm a doctor from London, a veteran of Afghanistan, and I wish to be a writer, though deep down I fear I lack the talent. And presently I'm risking my life to help my brilliant detective flatmate in the pursuit of a cult of kidnappers, even as I fear it may destroy him. I'm tired and hungry, and I have not had a good bath in weeks, and yet despite it all, I feel alive. Any more questions?
Good heavens, sir. You're as mad as they come. You really are a strange man. Have you ever been mentally examined?
No, but I feel like we just let out a whole bunch of pent-up frustration.
What was your name again? It is on the tip of my tongue. Ah, yeah. You're Dr. Bronson.
Close enough.
Oh dear. Your face is I'm wrong.
Yes.
Well, whatever your name is, I'm sure it's lovely. Well, whatever your name is, I'm sure it's lovely.
You know what? Even with a very broken brain, this man's lovely. He would have been a fine director before the insane person took over. Now, I am concerned about this letter. I feel like it definitely will get her ire up and she will come a-running. But also, I feel like we might have just sentenced this man to death. So, I'm gonna feel bad about that if that's the case. Sir, could I get you to deliver this letter, please?
One of the patients asked me to deliver this note. It's for Professor Gygax.
Thank you, Doctor. Leave it with me.
And 3, 2, 1. Yeah, he might be dead. Alright, I need the key.
Close, but I don't think this is the key.
Oh.
This is too small to be what Holmes asked for.
I mean, it looked like it might have been key-like to me. Shibbity boop. Hand. I would also take it anyway. It's neat, and it looks important. It also looks like we very much need a weapon at this point. December 1879. It has been 3 months since I took over the Edelweiss from Becker. Not all my colleagues approved of the rule changes, so I am now the only professor here. No matter. The hiring of several strong nurses will solve the personnel shortage. At last, my work can flourish without the impairment of his lesser mind. March. The first payment has arrived from R. Our deal does pose risks, but the possibilities are endless if he is true to his word. May. The first shipment of chosen ones has arrived. R has sent a vast selection of broken minds. The work ahead will be difficult, but undoubtedly useful for my own research as well. 2 birds with 1 stone. Alright, great. Dear Professor, we recently took possession of a collection of rare gems on behalf of our mutual acquaintance. The gems have now been sold to Louisiana jewelers, who made several offers far exceeding our expert's estimate of the stone's value. The final sale price agreed upon for the 11 gems was 12,550 Swiss francs. Our client has instructed that you receive 2/3 of this sum transferred to your solicitor as per usual. As always, our discretion is assured, and we look forward to continued business with you and your illustrious patron. Yours sincerely, Jeffrey Scott, representative of the E.W. Gray Banking House, New Orleans, USA, January 9th, 1882. Okie dokie. Welcome back, Kinder. Oh, that's a thing. Are you a thing?
An Edelweiss relief about 2 inches in diameter. This must be what Holmes was after.
Looks more like a stamp than anything, but okie dokie. Anything else in here I should be investigating? Cup.
Nothing special about this.
Well, it's a nice cup. Who looks at a silver goblet in a fancy-ass house like this and says, nothing special about that? Nothing at all. Absolutely normal piece of equipment. Should I not cover my tracks? Like, this place has very clearly been ransacked. Should I not be doing something about that? Like, closing drawers, perhaps? I have not played any of the other Sherlock Holmes games. Is The Devil's Daughter made by the same people? Or is it a different group? Alright, let's see if we can interrupt their plot with Becker, because I don't want Becker to die. just pop a squad on her desk and drop a deuce. She'll think it was a patient.
Don't try to fool me, Becker. I saw your letter written by your own hand.
That name does sound familiar. Is it mine, you say?
Nice try. What else did you recall? Silence won't help you. Fine. I'm not taking any chances. How about I cut open your brain again? 3rd time's a charm. Yeah?
I think that was the facepalm of a, oops, what have I done? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Is that one also Lovecraftian? Because this one is that, kind of. This one is Frogware, makers of Sinking City. And this is their Sherlock meets Lovecraft. So if Devil's Daughter is also Sherlock meets Lovecraft, then great. Otherwise, I am less interested, honestly. I think that was truly just an idle animation, but yes, it was well timed. Alright, so we now have key. Now we need to go to kitchen and slap key down hole. Oh, hey, lady's gone. Convenient that I now have the kitchen to myself. Sneaky, sneaky. Black Edelweiss secrets. Secrets. Okay. Oh. So the question is, are we about to finish this one? And I should push through to the end of this part? Or should I save it for next time? He's a little dancy right now. I think we need to save it for next time. Let's go ahead and save. Do a new save. Because it's late. And I have yet another early morning meeting. But we're getting places. We're getting places. We done good. I'm still trying to get used to their investigation and Mind Palace thing and all that fun stuff. There's definitely some challenges with it and the way that their assumptions are made. But we're progressing and getting through the story, which is the good part. I hope I didn't get Becker killed. That would have been very unfortunate. I'll take a look at it, kinder. But again, I'm not a huge Sherlock fan. I am more of a Lovecraft fan. But if it happens to be spooky or otherwise interesting in other than standard, London Sherlock investigation of bog standard murders, then I might play it. Me already owning it is not shocking, but whether or not I'm interested in playing it is a different question. But we'll be done for tonight. Tomorrow is a brand new game that has just released, or will be releasing, or something like that, but involves giant stompy mechs and guns. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to be playing with that with Demos, I believe. I'm looking forward to that, because that one looks really interesting. Well, for tonight, we are done. So, Iron Ninja, the one, kinder, I sucks. Anyone else lurking out there? Appreciate y'all hanging out. And, yeah. We'll see y'all next time. Bye!